So 1 minute. So I'm just going to give some basic details, and then I just want to give you a little gist about myself. So I've been in this space of well-being as such last 10 years. Of course, I think for anyone who is in this journey, a lot of us start practicing ourselves. So I was practicing my yoga myself only. Then I evolved into taking the teacher training for adults, 200 hours hatha yoga. That's how my journey started. But then soon I did some teacher training for kids, and I evolved into supporting more children wellness through yoga and mindfulness. I started getting more opportunities to work with children also. And even though I love teaching yoga to adults, and like we discussed, that adults cannot be isolated when you're working with children. So I do work with adults, I do work with educators, anyone who works with children. But I notice my true calling or my true connection is more towards children. And I think many reasons that I connect to children, they have transformed me, and it has helped me connected to my creativity. So, because they will always bring something new in you, right? So it's never boring, like it's been there for 10 years. Still, every class is very fresh. So you will never get bored when you work with children. So I think that keeps me going. Um, so because of working with children, my yoga practice and my yoga teaching has evolved a lot to meet the unique needs of children. As you will go through this training, you will realize that how working with children is very different than working with adults, right? So we will unfold, explore that. And that's why how the sessions are very engaging, very creative. And I think somehow children would make you creative. They have definitely made me creative. And through yoga, you can contribute to holistic well-being. So that's how I connect to yoga for children. Is not just physical; it can connect to holistic well-being, and we will explore that in our training. That how we are not just going to be only isolated to physical aspect of yoga. That means yoga poses. We will speak a lot about emotional well-being, mental well-being, social well-being, and how we can empower. Right. So that's how my journey has been. That I through yoga, I connect to children wellness holistically, right? And in this space, of course, like I said, I do work with caregivers, parents, educators also. Okay, I'm based in Singapore, and for last 15 years. So although like I specialize, I said that my most of my energy, my time goes working with children, teenagers, and recently for last 2 years also with special needs. But I'm certified in many other disciplines, and you would see that this training combines a lot of my learning from different trainings and my experience. So as I mentioned, I'm 200 hours hatha yoga was the first thing. Then I did kids yoga, then I did teens yoga, then explored more things like yin yoga, yoga therapy, anatomy, prenatal. Mindfulness has a strong impact on my own way of looking at things. It's such a simple thing, but it can change the perspective and help us in many other aspects of well-being. So mindfulness is a big part of this training as well, and how we can bring this to children. We will talk about it. And then I'm a beginner level sound healer. Last year, I also got introduced to something, a new concept, because I got many people who wanted to use yoga for trauma. So I also learned a little bit, one beginner level trauma sensitive yoga teacher training. I did my special needs yoga teacher training also 2 years back. And then recently I explored a few more in therapies like play therapy, art therapy, first staying my education on special needs also. So I think this training is is a combination of many things, my experience, my learning, and my working with children, which I've observed a lot. So truly, really designed to empower people like you to use these tools to guide kids and effectively into their well-being journey. And in 2021, just after the COVID, so throughout the COVID, I was working on this training. And I developed this teacher training, kids yoga teacher training, which is registered with Yoga Alliance. So far, empowered over 300 plus teachers worldwide to bring yoga to children in a fun way, creative way, but also very effective way. I've also launched the whole training digitized. So I'm going to take you through this, how you can access this whole content that we are sharing throughout the training online. I run this training in Singapore and online. Yes, I think, like I said, children has really helped me to explore my creativity, and because of that, I was able to write one book also last year. So I wrote one book on how to bring yoga and mindfulness to children creatively. So I created like a fiction book, which is just a fictitious character of grasshopper. I will share it during the training, and I launched it in Singapore. So I think in my journey, I continue to learn, innovate, and just keep growing in this journey, right? To you guys, I would like for you, okay, since because the kids yoga teacher training, we would be doing a lot of creative things and interactive things just to interact. So first thing, what we're going to do is you're going to take a paper, okay, and if you have a pen or pencil, I would like for you to have a little journey that you would like to draw on the paper. The objective is not really to be a good artist, because children don't judge you. I'm not going to judge anyone. You just have to share your journey through visual, right? You can describe it with picture. How can you visually show your journey? What are you currently doing? Would you like to share anything that has motivated you to join this training? Any experience with kids yoga? How do you plan to share? And then try to share it through the picture. So I give you 5 minutes to draw something and share. Okay, so I'm going to stop share. And if you guys feel comfortable, we are going to do a little sharing session. And as you progress, I will also share that everything is contributing to children only. Yeah. But for now, of course, I want to know about your journey. I want everyone to know about each other, so that next 20 days you feel like you're coming to meet your friends and not just to learn. And that is exactly the essence of children's yoga also. They want to meet their friends and then we teach them on the go, right? Okay, good. So let's see. Ashna, would you like to share your journey through your visual? You would like to tell about your friends, whatever you feel comfortable and whatever you have drawn?
Sure. Hello, everyone. So, I'm Ashna. I didn't draw much because I'm not very good with drawing,
That's okay.
but I know the meaning of my name is love.
Oh,
So, and I can surely tell that it's a journey of self-love. That's why I
okay.
made a little heart here.
Okay.
And 10 years I've lived in Canada, and now I've moved to Dubai like last year. I'm
Okay.
a mom of a beautiful and inspirational daughter.
Mhm.
So I think she's my one of the most beautiful inspiration.
Okay.
I've been an economist. I've dealt with numbers and data all my life. I've
Okay.
done my master's in economics. I have been an analyst and forecasting, inventory analyst and forecasting
Okay.
master. So
Okay.
that's exactly what I have been doing. I'm very passionate about work, but slowly and gradually, it leads to stress, headache, more responsibility. And now I'm currently head of operations in one of the company.
Mhm.
So, but then I recently realized that I cannot forget my own self.
Yeah.
And yoga, dance, music, reading, I prefer to not leave it.
Awesome. Okay.
Like whatever is happening, I have made a little corner for this, all
Awesome.
of this stuff.
That's
And I did a little of a younger yoga, I guess 8 years back. And at that time I realized how important it is,
mm,
I'm not very good at yoga or something. I've never been a teacher, but I truly enjoy
mhm.
being in love with all my muscles and nerves and my body. I don't know, it just makes me
Yeah.
on the toes, and
Okay.
it helps me work even more, like more than I can even think. It keeps me in my senses, in my,
Okay.
so it's beautiful journey with yoga. And
Sure.
I just noticed that life has become so difficult, and it's difficult with the kids as well. So much screen, so much content. And I see my daughter, it's so important, to channelize their energy at such a young age. She's about to turn 3, but they can learn so much.
Mm,
They have so much of everything,
yeah.
and I don't want to waste it on screens,
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
It's just a drain.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's one thing I feel, and that's where my journey has been, going towards parent coaching.
Awesome.
So we can't coach children as such, but we need to train parents as to
Mm,
how they should,
mm,
how to train their nannies or caregivers, even if they don't have time, right?
sure. Yeah.
So that's where, there is this urge to not waste kids' energy,
Awesome.
in screens
Okay.
and useless games and useless things. So
Mm,
instead, if they do yoga, meditation, dance, music at a young age,
mhm.
they can really be good at what they will do in future. That is guaranteed. So,
Sure.
but it's very important to have a holistic approach towards parenting. So that's my ultimate goal, and I'm following my intuitions. Thank you.
Best thing. Thank you so much and welcome. Just write one intention for yourself, and I would love for everyone to write the intention as we speak. And do check your intention after 20 days, how you move from point A to point B. What has been your journey from how you start and how you end? Okay. I always see a lot of transformation, and that's a very beautiful journey we will spend together for 20 days. Okay. And okay, welcome. Fine. So, okay, let's go to Lillian. What would you like to share it with the group? Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, can.
Hello, I don't think you can see.
Something,
A
yes.
bit blurry.
A little bit, yes.
but it's okay. I can describe
Yeah, sure.
you all. Same as Ashna, my draw is very big. So I just draw one
Okay.
book
Yeah, that's okay.
to,
Okay,
yeah,
we can,
to
yeah,
represent me
yeah,
because for me, life journey is like a book.
yeah.
Okay, so why I choose the kids yoga?
Mm.
I take part of the RYT 200 teacher training during COVID time,
Mm-hmm.
and I found out I love yoga.
Awesome. Yeah,
So, and then after I giving birth, and then my kids is 5 years old this year.
yeah.
I think currently I'm like a working mom. I'm a driver.
Uh-huh.
I'm a mother. I'm the wife,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah,
But where is Lillian?
yeah.
So I want to like sometime when at the midnight I will like, okay, can I find myself? So this year I set a goal. I want to like enroll something which is really Lillian. It's
Mm.
not about my husband or my family, even for my kids. I want
Right.
to find myself out.
Yeah.
That's the reason I take part of the kids yoga,
Oh,
as well as kids yoga also can earn knowledge about bonding with the kids.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and also to balance my life and give me more energy.
Yes, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank you so much.
for the training. Definitely, I can say from my experience, of course, yoga, first of all, has helped me, found me. But I think more than yoga, kids have really helped me connect to myself because they keep you on your toes. And every time you have to reflect and think, what did I say? Why did this children speak like this? So, from my perspective, definitely I can share that kids will help you connect to yourself a lot, right? Of course, yoga as such is as a journey of self-connection, and that's why we find ourselves through yoga. At least for me, I can definitely say, and I owe a lot to yoga. So I'm hoping it brings the same for you. And I think yoga is like it's just not physical. I think that's one of the things that we will explore a lot in this the training that and to children also we can teach this the same thing and of course, first you have to connect to that aspect that it's just not the movements or the poses. It's about your self connection, your self discovery, your self growth, and many magical things that will unfold as you progress and keep doing it really without expectation. Like there is no expectation. So frankly, that's why I'd never say or I never would like to promote this or I also don't like when people say I'm not good at yoga because there is nothing good or bad at yoga, frankly. It's your personal journey. And how you connect to yoga is your unique journey, right? And I think you will also, when you start teach, you will also connect to this kind, like your vibe will attract your tribe. So there is nothing like I'm most advanced or because you have many different kinds of people. There are people who do advanced yoga and then they connect to those people who like that. But then there are people who do it just for because they want to feel good with yoga. So you also connect to those kind of students who want to feel good with yoga and there is nothing really. So really no right or wrong way to pursue yoga. Of course, I think safety is important. And then you just how you connect to is your journey. Okay. Thank you and welcome. Cool. Let's go to Raji. Hi, Raji, welcome. And if you would like to share your visual and your journey with everyone.
Sure. Hello, everybody. I'm from Bangalore, and I hope you can see this. Is the screen too blurry?
No, we can try
Yep.
this from your eyes. Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. You can explain it. Maybe it's easier. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now we see a lot of things. Yes, of course. We see something. Anyone can see something that you would like to point to. I see children. I see chairs. And then what else we see? Teach. Okay, children, many children, a lot of children. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
children definitely you
And
would like.
so
Yes, Raji's journey. Okay, good.
try to do some stick diagrams. If you
Yes,
look at the
yes,
first one, I'm an
yes.
engineer by profession and by degree.
Okay.
I have 20 years of experience in being a software engineer at Tata Consultancy Services.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have children, two kids, two adorable kids, and the elder one being 14, the younger one being 8-year old.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told you I'm an engineer by profession. So until about 2 years before, I worked in software, and I had a great calling to been practicing yoga for the last 10 years, but I felt a little like Lillian. I also wanted to do a little bit more deeper, and I did my yoga teacher training in the same COVID year, like what Lillian told. I think COVID was indeed a breakthrough for many of us.
Yes, yes,
So, so I, from being a software engineer, then I did more of my yoga,
mm-hmm.
deepening my practice, did my yoga teacher training, and I found it very fascinating that I did a deeper degree, my second master's in yoga. And after that, I couldn't go back to my corporate because whatever I do, I want to do it with a lot of commitment and interest. So when I went back, I wasn't very interested doing my day job. So I thought I needed to learn a bit more about yoga. So I did my master's in yoga next 2 years, and then I started teaching some of my friends. So if you see, they're all my friends.
Awesome. That's nice.
And then that's how I founded Vatsalyam Yoga 2 years back. I also started teaching senior citizens. This is supposed to be the chair yoga. Most of my senior citizens, they sit in chair and do it, but they also stand sometimes and we do practice. So I started teaching women and senior citizens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom of two. Obviously, in your journey as a mom, you make a lot of mistakes unknowingly and knowingly, right?
Yeah.
Then I found sometime like last 1 year, I've been doing a lot of introspection and things. I found that I've lost my inner child. I lost my, what to say, the fun, the creative, the mom that who's always having fun, less of compliance and more of joy, right? Less of perfections and more of imperfections, embracing imperfections.
Mm-hmm.
Then I found that maybe I lost connection with my inner child.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I thought that I never dreamt that I would do a kids yoga teachers training. I even told my son last year, no, I don't think I'm a good kids yoga teacher. But
Right.
then my son was nudging me. He said, "Amma, my teacher, yoga teacher in my school is way too boring. They're just coming and teaching
Yeah.
yoga, just some asanas, and they are not able to understand. They are not able to connect, and especially teens, right?
Yeah.
Are not able to connect with yoga because they find it too boring. And I challenged him saying, no, yoga can be fun. It can be made fun.
Yeah.
That really prodded me to really do this yoga program. And in the journey, what is more important to me is I lost my connect with my own inner child.
Correct.
That's exactly the reason I want to get back to connecting, nurturing that inner child, and then healing my
Yeah.
inner child. Right? There's so much healing which is
Yeah.
yet to happen,
Yeah.
and that's the reason I wanted to teach the children. Children are born marvelous,
Yeah.
right? I think, and I want to become a better parent through this journey. I want to heal myself, and the more we teach, more we learn, more we heal. I found my immense healing when I started teaching women and senior citizens. I learn a lot of from like what Parul told. I could really connect. By teaching, I'm also healing. Whenever I teach somebody, I feel I'm healing myself. Some inner whatever inside me, I heal. And I think best way to make this world a better place is starting with you and then spreading that love for yoga, especially with the kids. If you can make that one thing, right, practicing and connecting with them yourself with the kids, I think we have won this and we can make this world a better place. So that is going to be my, not just a better place. I want happier people. Moment people are happy, right? In inherently, if you keep going back to becoming happier, I think most of the times, if your heart goes back to becoming happy, I think most of the problems are solved. If
Yeah.
if it is something lacking, right? You see that contentment is what brings you happy. You'll see how to fill your cup, right?
Correct.
So I think making this place, our world, little world around us, little more better by being happy is what is my intention. That starts with me by inner healing. I want to connect with my inner child. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Welcome to the training. I connect to everything that you shared. I mean, through this journey of last 10 years working with children and of course working on our own self with this, I think definitely I'm also a mom of two like teens and tweens. So I think I just feel if this was not part of my journey, I don't know what I would have done as a parent. So I'm very thankful that I am a kids yoga teacher because slowly you start realizing that you're so kind and gentle to other children. Why that judgment comes when you're with your own children. So I think that was the first I would say the first gratitude is to become a kids yoga teacher is becoming a better parent because you cannot be different with other kids and your own kids, you cannot have that. So I think that's something has been the most beautiful thing about becoming a kids yoga teacher is to understand your own children as you understand other children. So that is very beautiful, and you will start to see that how your own perspective about your own children starts to change. And that has helped me definitely because my children are teenagers. So I know that how when teenager, the transformation happen, how they lose that connection if you don't understand them, right? So through this journey, you would understand because this thing that I'm going to be sharing, the first thing is to understand children. And that I have divided across different age groups. So if you understand them, then you can make them do anything. Even yoga becomes interesting then, right? So through this journey you will understand, and I think that's what I connect back to this practice is that of course I understand myself, I understand other children, I understand my own children. Because you will see these nuances that you will learn here is like, yeah, that's how it is, right? And but if you're not aware, then you become very judgmental. Okay, how can you do this, how can you do that? But if you understand, okay, teenagers, the logic is not working right now, the emotion brain is more active, then you know that you're not judging them, you will explain them that okay, I understand this. So definitely a very huge impact on parenting, I can vouch for it, and I do a lot of mindfulness parenting workshop that every parent can understand this as a life skill, that this is a life skill. It's not only I mean, yes, commercially you're taking kids yoga classes, that's one aspect of it, but it will transform you as a person and as a parent. I'm like the whole advocate for that. Yes, when you're with children, I think you will never forget your inner child because when you are with them, I feel so good. Like my schedule is really very hectic, but no matter whatever it is, when I am with them, I feel very positive. I mean, how many, I see their innocent faces, I see they're enjoying what I'm doing. So it gives me back the energy. So it keeps you on your toes. And I can say that last 10 years, there has been not been a single moment that I feel, oh my God, again, children's yoga. I'm still very equally enthusiastic about taking every children's yoga class. I still teach. That's why I don't want to lose connection with the teaching, even though I train more. But I keep teaching because this is obviously the foundation, right? So you cannot stop that. So I still teach children's yoga classes. So yes, connection with your inner child would definitely come back when you work with children. And we are going to be talking a lot about, I think that's one aspect of this training is how to make yoga. I think that's the biggest takeaway is how to make yoga interesting. Because the common perception of yoga boring. But there are so many things we can do, and it's beyond that. It is not about like ad hoc fun class. It's fun, but you are making it engaging, but you are also making it effective. So that is the whole essence of it. Like when I did my first teacher training of kids yoga, nothing bad about it, but I just learned fun. But when I went with that intention, okay, I just want to have fun, somehow I just feel a little disconnect. I felt it is fun, but I'm also a yoga, like a practice. How can I make it fun but yet effective, right? So the blend of the training, as I'm going to be sharing about this training, is fun, it's engaging, but it's effective. Like how can you make it effective and meaningful yet having fun, right? So we're going to talk about lot, obviously, as per the age group, right? Teenagers, we don't talk about unicorns. I mean, even if it is fun, with teenagers, we talk different things. Younger children, we different things. So the definition of fun changes as we evolve in working with children, right? So that is the first thing that we're going to talk about is how do you connect with children? Because if you are able to connect with children, frankly, my experience, they will do everything with you. Even though it's teenager, because you have that connection, no, they will do it. But we miss that part. We think, okay, just have to make them do some yoga poses. Just do 5 yoga pose, whatever, breathing and come back. But we don't establish that connection. So of course, connection is the most important part, which I personally feel, which I'm going to start talking about today. And if you know how to make connection, you will be able to do many things with them. So the first thing is connection, right? So we will talk about it. Okay. Thank you for sharing and welcome to the journey. Do write your personal intentions. So throughout this training, I would encourage you to make a journal. Now, how you want to make it, it's your choice. You want to write it, you want to do a Google Doc or whatever you want to do. I think it will give you a little, like a memory from the training and something you want to look back after you've done the training. Okay, first day we spoke about it, and maybe it will help you, understand this program, this journey better. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go to, if I'm pronouncing your name right, Dr. Miloni. Dr. Miloni? Miloni, yeah. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, but okay, let's see. Okay, we can't hear you. You are on mute. I'm not sure what's happening.
Audible now?
Hmm.
Hello? Audible?
Yes. Yeah, little bit, yes. Oh, yeah. It's gone again. We were able to hear you before this.
Okay, am I audible now?
Very much, yes.
Yeah, okay. I've just removed my headphones now, maybe.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your patience in listening first, or everyone. And now over to you. Thanks. Love to hear about your journey. If you're
Yeah. So this is like everybody, I'm not so good at, drawing and everything. If this is visible to all of you.
yeah, yeah.
So I am Dr. Maloni Marwaha. I'm doctorate in computer applications, and I'm into teaching from last 10 years.
Mhm.
So I'm teaching students computers and teaching student computers, and currently I'm into administration as well. I'm handling most part of the school and working as a principal in the school as of now,
Okay, that's good.
and teaching students as well along with that. So see, into the books all the day with the kids. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful part. And recently, I have been a mother of a beautiful girl, a cute girl, 1.5 years back.
Oh.
And my elder one is 3 years old. So currently, I'm into, a proper toddler zone I'm in right now. With 3 year and 1.5 year old. So my biggest motivation for this yoga course were my kids, because see, though I was in the kids from last 10 years, but when you yourself become a mother, the feeling is different. Teaching the students is a different thing, but once you become a mother and you have to deal with and you have to tackle your own kids, that is a completely different part. So
Yeah.
my friends used to tell me, you remain in kids like from like so long, so what's the difference now, just two more kids? So I say no, it's a completely and a wholly different thing. So it's not like teaching the students in the school, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So my perspective to choose this yoga course was because the stress that we face in our daily life and everything. Our purpose My purpose basically to choose this course was to bring brought the healthy children.
Yeah.
So because since they are so little, so I just want to develop a habit in them since their younger age, so that it will go with them or like for their whole life, and so that they can lead a healthy and a happy life. So if we put these, yoga things in their roots, so I think that will be easy for them to handle the stress in their, in the later stages, and they'll be able to, lead a happy life since beginning.
Correct, correct.
So that was my main motive. So when I watched the advertisement from Yoga Kulam regarding this course, so I felt really happy that I can use this learnings, and I can teach my school children as well. And obviously, if I'll start doing this, when my kids will look at me doing all this thing, obviously they'll have a curiosity, and watching me doing yoga will,
That-
obviously
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
help them, or obviously they will, get a curiosity to do whatever their mother is doing.
totally.
So that was my main goal. So let us start giving myself some time, and obviously if I'll be doing it, my kids will watching me doing it, and
Yeah,
certainly they have to do it.
for sure. That,
Yeah, so that was my main intention, we can say, and the main, the motive of joining this course. So, what are the benefits of yoga? We all actually know, and it's very important in this age, because as we are dealing with different kind of students, happy students, special students, and extraordinary students. So, I think this is a thing that everyone needs. Everyone, a happy kid also needs yoga,
yeah,
a
yeah.
special kid also needs yoga, an average kid needs yoga, and we being mothers need yoga.
Everyone needs.
So yeah, so that was my main motive, and we can say my main intention to join this course.
A very beautiful intention. Thanks you for sharing your journey and welcome to this course. Of course, whatever you said, I connect to all of you. I connect to whatever you just shared. Like they say, you can repair a broken child, but you can't repair
Right,
a broken adult. So when I do this training, many adults, they feel they need to be repaired. Of course, it's not like we can't do it, but we have to work harder. Children are
harder.
just in their foundation stage. If we are like they're, I think, privileged that they are exploring breath, stillness, and of course in this creative way that we are going to learn, which when I was younger, I was just taught yoga as a physical exercise, like it was just part of physical education. But what we are going to explore is yoga as a holistic practice, like how you can help children connect to their emotions. And now, since your children are really young, so younger children are like, they are like monkey see, monkey do. Whatever they see, they do it, right? So they just learn by observing. I mean, kids as such, but younger children, as the part of their development, their learning method is just seeing what they see, they will just do that, right? So it's a good thing that you are starting, and your intention is very very good, that you want children to do it. And I think from young age, if they do it, I interact with so many children, and I have literally seen like 6 7 years old children who are very appreciative of this practice because they have been doing this or their parents are doing. And when I ask them, why have you joined, they tell me that they want to do it because they want to manage their anger. Somebody says, I want to relax, right? Like you say, happy child needs it, special child needs it, everybody needs, because yoga is like, I mean, it's a practice, but beyond the practice, it's also, now I think in this overstimulated world, is also becoming a life skill. It's also becoming a self-regulation tool. It's also becoming a coping mechanism, right? There are many ways to cope in this life. Yoga is one way, and I'm just also feel that it's also the most accessible way. A lot of time it happens, you feel anxious, and of course we can go to therapist, of course you can do many other things, but for me, I can just say, I would just tell my family, give me 30 minutes, I want to do yoga, I'll be fine. I just need to do yoga, so healing, right? So it's the beauty of this is that I'm not saying other things are bad, but this is like the most accessible thing. And I feel like bad why people are not practicing yoga. This is so easy and it can solve most of your problems. The thing is that we go to yoga when we have problem, but if we do yoga, I think most of the problems will be sorted. So yeah, I think more and more people can understand, like some people understand, but then they don't use yoga in a way it should be used. They use it for stretching or maybe toning the body, which is good. But if you keep doing it consistently, I think it's magical. Like to the level that you become intuitive. Like this is the most powerful thing, that you start listening to your heart. So I can keep saying on and on about it. Like I'm a bigger, very big advocate of this practice. I think another thing about yoga is very inclusive. So now that I work with special needs children for last 2 years, I feel very uh, good that they have some activity to explore, because most of the time special needs children say, their parents say that their kids have nothing to do. Now its world is evolving. We are becoming more, inclusive, and there is a lot of awareness, but still a lot to go. But this is something we can give it to them, which is non-judgmental. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You just have to do what you can do. Okay. So yeah, I think with that, I do connect to all of you for thank you for sharing your journey. Now we're just going to do something fun. Like when you work with children, it is not just about going and doing. You have to, first thing is to learn to have fun also, right? And that's where again we connect to our inner child, that we forget to have fun as adults. So I just want to ask you, nothing to corner anyone, don't get overwhelmed. I just want to ask each one of you one thing that you remember about your friend, right? So suppose I ask Ashna one thing that you remember about Raji, one thing, just whatever one thing you remember.
Connecting to the inner child. I think that's where I connected with her. So that is what I remember.
Oh, very good. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Raji, how about you? Share about Ashna, anything you remember about her? You're on mute.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to recollect.
Problem, it's okay. If not Ashna, anyone in this room, you feel like sharing any one thing that you remember? Don't get overwhelmed, huh? It's just for
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no problem. So I do remember about Dr. Miloni that as as a parent, right? I think you start
Hmm.
how when you teach your students,
Mhm.
and being a parent, the role is completely different. Even though you're teaching, you're working with kids,
Mhm.
right? Said it's completely a different ball game. So
Yeah.
I totally resonate with that. So you are so you are very different person when you interact with a third person, right? But with your own family, because you are so much secure and safe in that environment, you act very differently.
Okay.
You can show your true face, but you can't do that with outside people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So so
Good
if we can have that seamless
integration.
uh,
Yeah.
between outside and inside world, I think
Yeah.
that's something that I could resonate with what Dr. Miloni
That's
told.
very good. That will also keep you at peace when you're just one person. The way we have to keep changing roles, and then you feel like you have to put in effort, right? So I think yoga also makes you authentic, and that's why it gives you peace, because you are yourself. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. How about Lillian? Want to share anything about me? What you remember about me?
I remember there's one main key is connection.
Uh-huh.
So the yoga, let's say if we learn about the kids yoga, then we can have a connection with our kids,
Mm.
also with the kids we're gonna teach, or in future if I'm a yoga kids teacher, then I will have a connection with the kids, not physically yoga, but the connection is very important.
Yes, yes. So we
The
will
main
talk
thing I
about that.
remember.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Dr. Miloni, if you remember anything about Lillian, if you would like to share any one thing that you remember.
Yeah, about Lillian. Lillian wants to find herself, like beyond everything, apart from her children, her husband, her family. She wants to. She is looking for herself, for her inner peace, and what actually Lillian is.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. We will keep doing these things just to keep the fun angle going, so that you don't forget that when you're with children, you also have to have fun, and don't just keep have to keep doing that part will become very organic if you sort out this part first. Okay, so that's why we will keep doing this. And so now what we're going to do is another activity that is also connected to connection. Now, when you want to teach children, and everything is connected to yoga and otherwise, because this is, like I say, is beyond yoga mat also and on the mat. Now, when you want to teach children, okay, first thing is you need to be centered yourself. That's why our practice was centering ourselves, and we have to keep doing that. Second thing is that now that you are here, you are connecting to yourself. When I'm asking you, suppose a question, you are understanding about yourself, right? So that's something that keeps you present. Sec Another thing that you're doing now, you're connecting with your friends, right? Same thing when you're working with children. This kind of connection is like not just about I am saying, hi everyone, how are you? That is one kind of connection. Second connection is that children in this space, like suppose example, you are children, you are also connecting to yourself. So connection is not just like I ask you, how are you? Which city are you from? That's one aspect of it. The second is that children feels connected to each other. Like suppose you're connecting. So the intention is not like I come and I share 10 slides and go away, frankly, right? So it's like for a teacher, for me also, it's boring if I just come and just share 10 slides and go away. Like it is just like covering a curriculum. If you really want to enjoy this journey, then you have to really feel like you're sharing it from your heart. So first, as a teacher, you feel like you want children to connect with you, like you're connecting with me. I want children to connect to each other, right? And then I want children to connect to themselves, right? So what we are trying to do as well is that I mean, before I share all the theory of connection deeper, is like you're creating that space initially when you want to teach, suppose yoga to children. And I think this knowledge is applicable whatever you want to teach, that you create a safe space for children, that okay, I feel comfortable here, that I have a community whom I connect to. I trust the teacher, she's interested in me knowing about my journey, and I'm connecting to myself, right? So you create this harmony in the beginning. Now, my experience is I interact with so many people who are from different professions who are joining the training, and everybody resonate with this part, is that initial beginnings are very important when you start to teach them anything. This is like a proactive strategy for actually class management. Because if children feel like the teacher, if children like their friends, children have no intention to be naughty. Like they don't come with an intention that they want to trouble me. When children are doing some behavior, it's a form of a communication that, hey, I'm not feeling comfortable here, I'm not feeling safe here, or there is some problem, right? So children is not, nobody's coming from the home today that I want to trouble Parul today, I want to trouble someone. So if we create a comfortable space for children, like how we are trying to do now, children will be more settled, right? So I'm talking this as a broader theme also, like you are teaching anything to children or to your own children. And if you want to take a formal kids yoga class, what we do first is this space, is like this connection. Okay. And this can manifest in different ways. Now, there is no right or wrong way to do it. It's more about understanding the broader concept, although I will do many activities to help you understand what are the different things we can do, but don't get stick to only this can be done. And as a part of this training, we will do many breakout room activity where you will create these things so that you feel comfortable in doing it yourself. Okay. So now we will do some movement activity, and that's one way for children to build connection with themselves. Okay. So we will do is, you have space, you can stand. I will put myself on spotlight so you can see me. And this is like how you connect to your body before you start your learning. If children are not connected to their body, they might not feel settled in, right? So what we will do is I will just tell you to just stomp your feet, like just stomp your feet. I will say stomp, 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 stomp. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, then tap, 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 tap. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, then clap, 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 clap. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, then shake, 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 shake. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do this one more time. So stomp, 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 stomp. Breathe in, breathe out. Then breathe in and breathe out. Okay, then clap, 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 clap. Breathe in, breathe out. And then shake, 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 shake. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so I'm going to stop and I will just talk about this activity now. So obviously from children's perspective, it's fun, like they're doing something fun. But what you're trying to do is to get their focus now, right? Get them to become present. Now, when you are doing yoga for adults, if you do it for yourself or by any chance you teach, first thing what we do in adults classes, we will tell them to sit quietly, like how I was telling you, breathe in, breathe out, connect to your mind, connect to your body. But for children, this is very abstract. If you tell 3, 4-year-old children, connect to your mind, connect to your body, find your inner peace, it means nothing for them, right? So, but if you want to teach yoga to them or you want to teach them anything, they have to connect to their themselves first. That means body is here, but where is mind? We don't know. Mind can be thinking 10 other things. So we want them to feel present. We want them to feel focused, right? Now, if you have to start, say, children's yoga class, you want to initiate a session, or if you are doing it at home with your own children, if you want them to become present, get focused for the practice, you have to do something that they become connected to themselves. So movement as such is a movement. This is just an example. You can do any movement. Movement is a good way for children to start focusing because you're connecting to their body, like hands move, feet move. What is happening now? The mind is becoming present now that, oh, I have to move my hands. I have to stop my feet. I have to clap. I have to breathe. So what is happening? They are becoming present. And this is a very important thing for behavior is focused attention. Are you able to get the focus here, right? Now, just telling children focus, connect your mind body, it's very abstract for them. They don't understand what does it even mean. And then they don't understand, we'll say, oh, you're so naughty, you're not listening, but we have not found that right way how to communicate. And that's why movement is one of the way. We are going to explore many ways. Movement is one of the way. And you also have to understand when we explore this training that, and if you work with children, that every group of children can be very different. Their energies are different. There, and each day also can be different. Some days when I'm going, children are running around. Then I want to see how do I get the focus now? I will start moving. So one of the best practice, and I will repeat this constantly in the training, is meet the children where the children is. That means meet them where their energy is. Don't meet them where you think you are. You go to the class with an intention, oh, I want to teach yoga. That's your energy. But you are not doing anything. You have to make children do it. So you have to understand what is the energy of this child or this group, right? So I'm going to be giving a little detail about the training in a while, but right now I'm just trying to orient you in this most important thing is that we're going to talk about is how to help children connect with their body. If they're not connected to the body, that means mind-body connection is not there. It's very difficult to communicate things to them, right? You want to go, you want to teach them breathing, you want to teach them positive affirmation, mantras, everything will be put aside if they're not connected to themselves, right? That's why you have to learn different ways to help children connect to the body according to what the energy they are showing. Most of the time, younger children are more movement focused, most of the time, like they are moving more than sitting. That's how their natural development is now. The nature wants to develop their motor skills. So they will definitely be moving more than sitting. That's why you need to understand that how younger children, when you go, you have to connect them to themselves and start something. You have to start moving. You don't start, okay, children, sit down, connect to your inner peace now. This child will just be like, eh, running around. So we go and move. A lot of time, our class starts with movement, right? So this is one of the thing, is doing some body percussion. Body percussion. This is one thing. You can do body percussion in any way, like clap, 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 clap. Breathe in, breathe out. You can do anything. We will do breakout room activity where I'll give you to explore. Anything is fine. The second way for children to connect to their body is music. So music is a good way. So we're going to do some movement with the music now, right? I will keep doing in bits and pieces before I share theory. So the training is a mix of theory and practice, right? This is something you want to do, body percussion, you can do it. Now, the second thing that I want to explore to help you connect with children, mind and body is music. Music is a great savior. A lot of time, just put the music, everything, children would start connecting. Even when I do special needs class, 10 minutes, I'm just putting music first so that I can get their attention. So if you want to teach children anything, you have to get their attention first. How to get their attention? As the children evolve and get older, their attention span is better, their awareness is better. Younger children awareness is not so much. So how to catch the attention of children, younger children? So we are going to do one more activity, then we will settle in, and I would like to share about this training. Okay, and then we go back to other topics. Okay, so we are going to do another way to connect to the body is music and movement. So now we will do music and movement. Okay, just give me a thumbs up that you can listen to that you can hear it, right? So I'm going to share the music first. Later I can share my Spotify list with all of you. So this is called this is a yoga song actually, but however you can explore many other songs. Just a minute. Yeah. So I'm just connecting to the sound. I think it's good. Okay, let's just get this now. Just give me a thumbs up when you listen to this music. I'm coming.